Breaking news, guys. Wonder the says shall never cease to end. Before our very eyes, we are being ruled by people like this that have questionable pasts, questionable characters that one can say, no, I will never associate with people like this. These are the people who are called the leaders of Nigeria. Few months ago, there was a protest in Ghana. I shed tears. My heart was broken when I saw young Ghanaians saying, Nigerians must leave our country. Their leaders are drug cartels. They themselves, they have followed suit. We don't want them to come and contaminate us in our country anymore. I was like, wow, is this really happening? Nigerians. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has asked a court in the United States to enforce its previous order that allowed the Federal Bureau of Investigation (FBI) and Drug Enforcement Administration (DEA) to withhold some record that the agencies considered personal to the Nigerian president. In a motion personally filed by Mr. Tinubu himself on September 4, 2025, before the United States District Court for the District of Columbia, the Nigerian president, represented by his lead counsel, Wale Afalabi, and other attorneys, all argued that pending Freedom of Information Act (FOLA) request submitted by American activist Aaron Greenspan were aimed at exposing private information rather than shedding light on the conduct of government agencies. So the motion asks the court to enforce exam, exam, examples under the U.S. Privacy Act and FOLA as, exemption, 7, C in brackets, which protect individuals' law enforcement record from disclosure if releasing them would constitute an unwarranted invasion of privacy. So Mr. Tinubu's lawyer said Mr. Greenspan's FOLA filings, which sought the entire FBI file on the Nigerian leader as well as DEA documents, were not aligned with the core purpose of the organization, that is FOLA, which is to eliminate government activities. Instead, they said the activist was attempting to use the US transparency law to influence political disputes in Nigeria. In conferring period to filing this motion, Plaintiff ascertained that the court already resolved the issue of whether exempt record must be produced, despite not having heard from intervenor. Mr. Tinubu's attorney said in their filings. The court appears to have chosen this language because the agencies can still ascertain exemptions to the production of records. In his response on Monday afternoon, Mr. Greenspan asked the court to ignore Mr. Tinubu's plea, saying the Nigerian leader has been using his position to pursue opposition leaders and others critical of his administration. Mr. Tinubu's legal team, however, insisted that his privacy right remains intact, even though he is a public figure. They cited past U.S. court precedent, affirming that government officials, by virtue of their positions, do not surrender all rights to personal privacy. So the president's lawyers further argued that Mr. Greenspan's interest is obtaining decades of old investigative files dating back to the early 1990s does not advance a legitimate public interest, but instead serve the activist for profit website, plain sight organization which publishes records to drive online traffic. The Nigerian public interest is an individual, it's not a basis for a FOLA request. The filing read, stressing that Mr. Tinubu was not a public official at the time of the alleged events under screening. So the court is yet to rule on Mr. Tinubu's motion. So why are they what is it called, blocking Mr. Tinubu's file? If Tinubu does not have a questionable past, why are they blocking it? What is there that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu do not want the world to know about his past? What about his past? Oh my God, Nigeria. I'm dropping it, guys. Please drop your comments below the